The battle for the gavel is on. Nancy Pelosi, when asked about other Democrats challenging her for Speaker, had this to say.
Say to everybody, come on in, the water's warm.
Oh, Pelosi a little cocky. Joining me now, the founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, and Democratic strategist Kelly Grace Gibson. All right, Kelly Grace, I hear Democrats all the time say how powerful and successful Speaker Pelosi is. You know, when she did have the gavel last time, she almost lost it back immediately. I mean, there was a huge wave after she controlled things because she overreached and went far left on things like Obamacare. How do you know that's not going to happen again?
Well, you don't know it's not going to happen again, but what we do know about Speaker Pelosi is that she championed a ton of bipartisan legislation to make college more affordable people and to have job incentives for clean energy. She has, in her tenure, has raised over $700 million for the Democrats.
Is college more affordable because of Nancy Pelosi?
Well, yeah, because of that piece of bipartisan legislation, there's more access to grants and Pell Grants for college scholarships. So yeah, but will she reach? Yeah. Will people come after the job? Yeah. But Nancy Pelosi is a powerful woman that knows how to make herself relevant.
Yeah, Charlie, do you think Nancy's looking at who's voting against her? I mean, she can be vindictive, as all powerful leaders can be. If you vote against Nancy, you're going to probably get shut out of any sort of leadership position.
Not only that, I mean, look, she rules with an iron fist. You lose your parking spot, you lose your key card, you lose the perks and the access to the cocktail parties. No perks.
It's either
you are
perks.
Totally cut out.
You vote against Pelosi, no perks.
That's exactly right. Well, look, she's in a conundrum here because, look, believe it or not, the Democrat Party consists now of people who think Nancy Pelosi is too moderate, try to figure that one out, and people who think that Nancy Pelosi is too far to the left. And this is going to be a big challenge for her. So you have the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who basically wants to give everything away for free. And then you have some of these people that are trying to bring back the Blue Dog Democrats. And she's had to find some way to reconcile it.
Yeah,
but hey,
they're going to have to straddle
the more
that.
she's on TV, the better.
Yeah, no, I know Republicans love her. She definitely raises a lot of money for the right. You brought up Ocasio-Cortez. One of the first things she did, Kelly, was stage a sit-in and a protest about green stuff in Nancy Pelosi's office. Let's take a look at this. I mean, she's, running around with drum circles in the Capitol, dancing around and high-fiving people. This is the first thing she did when she came to Washington, was to protest outside of Pelosi's office. This is going to be a big headache for the speaker or potential speaker.
She's delivering on her campaign promises from when she was running, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She promised she would support new leadership, and she'll support new leadership. The reality of Nancy Pelosi is she's been doing it for so long, and her tenure is such that she knows how to make the deals. She knows how to create the coalition. So I think that new conversation about leadership is important, but what Speaker Pelosi has done for our party is significant, and it should be realized in this effort to talk about maybe new leadership. I mean, she's a significant woman of power, and that will serve her well, I think, in this process.
Yeah, well, another woman, I think Congresswoman Fudge wants the top spot. I just hope she gets it because Trump's going to have a field day with that nickname. Pelosi was talking about Al Sharpton. Charlie, listen and react to what Pelosi said about Al Sharpton. Roll it.
Thank you for helping take back America. People all over the place are calling me, writing on the airports here, there. Thank you for saving America. I give those thanks to you. Thank you for saving America. Reverend Sharpton, thank you for saving America.
Well, Charlie, if Sharpton saved America, we're doomed.
Well, my goodness. I mean, look, I've had my own back and forth with Reverend Al Sharpton just a couple weeks ago. He insulted over 400 young black conservatives that we brought to the White House and said some horrible, horrible things about them. But look, for her to think that that guy has any sort of moral stature, to think that he saved anything except his own career by exploiting communities around fear and division. By the way, the IRS called Reverend Al. You still owe some money. But look, if these are the cast of characters in the clown show that the Democrats want to parade around, 2020 is just right around the corner. And, soon-be Speaker Pelosi, sure hope she wins because it's going to do nothing but help us conservatives and Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been a wave election. That just might mean that Pelosi can wave goodbye to the majority in 2 years. All right, Kelly, there's a report in Axios, and they do a nice job over there, about 85 potential investigations of the Trump administration and Republicans. Everything from the Comey firing to Trump's transgender ban, the travel ban, family separation, Trump's tax returns, Trump's family businesses. They're reopening the Russia investigation. Do you think that's going to be a positive for the Democrats?
Yeah, I mean, the president has gone basically unchecked since he won the election. So I think having a balanced Congress is an important thing.
He's been pretty checked.
There has been
64
subpoenas for information that have been sent to the House Oversight Committee that have been rejected. So I mean, it's time for there are rules of the game that he doesn't play by that every president in our history has. So yeah, having some Democrats come in and be like, let's do this thing the right way. Let's let the American people know a little bit something about you that you refuse to give them. That is going to be good for the Democrats, but good for just sort of general Americans.
Let's get to the truth about the oversight, Charlie. I want to play some sound from Adam Schiff, Little Schiff, I think the president calls him. Let's hear what he said about investigations. Roll that.
Investigations are sexy. They're interesting. You bring witnesses before the Klieg lights, people tune in.
Sexy investigations, I think that's what the Democrats are all about.
There's nothing sexy about an investigation.
Well, look, first of all, this idea of unchecked. First of all, you have these judges from Hawaii blocking everything that he does, that he tries to do on immigration, on complete and total baseless rulings. That's number one. Number two, unchecked. This is the most transparent president in American history. Why? Because the media monitors him more than any other president that's ever been in office. I mean, you have platoons of these agenda-driven journalists from the Washington Post, the New York Times, that follow every single move that he makes. So this idea that he's been unchecked is ridiculous, not to mention the amount of freedom of information requests that these left-wing activist groups have been burdening this White House and this president with are unbelievable. And you know what, Mr. Schiff, if you're so into investigations, finish the investigation into what the FBI did and did not do leading into President Trump's surprise victory with all the deep state activity that has proven to be true thanks to Devin Nunes. I bet he's going to shut it down day one.
All right, Kelly, 30 seconds, last word, go.
That it's part of our government's job to have checks and balances, and I think having a more balanced government is going to be a good thing. It's not the media's job. The media's job is to give the American people the information they want to have about their leaders. Donald Trump blocks that every chance he has, including this most recent ploy with the Acosta press route. So I'm just saying that this is a good thing, and President Trump said that if Congress tries to investigate him, he's going to take up war postures. Well, I think that he better get ready because they're coming for him.
All right, we'll see about that. You know, if they're going to ask for my tax returns, I'd say, hey, let's just open another investigation over crooked Hillary. All right, guys, got to run. See you later. Thank you.